there. Hello. Happy Thursday, almost Friday. It's Lux, and I'm here in my kitchen. But on screen with me, all the way from Canada, I have Tarek from the Blue Stones. What up, dude?
Hey, what's going on?
What room in your house are you in? Where are we?
This is the basement. This is the rec room that I've now turned into what I call the Sugar Lounge. And this is where all the live streams happen from the Sugar Lounge.
Oh, I feel very special that we're like in first level downstairs, like that feels intimate.
Downstairs basement, door shut. You're just here in the lounge with me, with T.
Dude, so how long have you been in quarantine? Have you kept track at this point?
Oh yeah, I mean when we got back from whatever we had been able to do on our tour, both Justin and I went into quarantine for 2 weeks. But then within those 2 weeks, I actually got sick. So I had to quarantine for like an additional 2 weeks, a week into it. So I was pretty much like completely isolated for, I want to say 4 weeks, doing the whole isolation game. And that was back, when was that? Like around March 15th. So yeah, just about like a week ago, 2 weeks ago is when I started to actually go out and like wear masks to go to the grocery store and things like that.
Wow. What did you do to keep yourself sane during all that?
Oh man, a lot of Netflix, like binged a lot of shows, a lot of video games, and then just tried to like stay active, like just kind of working out, and then playing music and doing live streams from in the house, you know. And that was a big thing for me, like getting in touch with this whole live streaming. It's really opened up a brand new avenue for me. So it's been really great being able to work on that.
These lives are so interesting because in order for you to come through an interview in St. Louis, you would have to be on a tour coming through here. There would be like a reason. Maybe you had, a record coming out or you had a show. There'd be like a reason for you to be here and you'd have to physically be traveling around. I love that you can like literally do lives every day from stations all over the country. So you were actually with your audience so much more, I think, than you were able to even before. You could do 2 or 3 a day if you wanted.
Absolutely. And it's so easy to just hop on. Like sometimes I'll just be kind of messing around on my guitar at 12:30 at night. And I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to go on live stream, just see who's up, and then they can watch what I'm doing. And it's too easy.
When you live, right now we're on Facebook Live, which is fun. We've been kind of going around, making sure we're spreading it out. We have some people who love the Facebook, some people who love the Instagram. Where will people find you when you're streaming?
I would say like Instagram at
UIG.
Yeah, Instagram for the most part, but then I've been dipping into YouTube Live as well, just because we have a decent amount of YouTube followers. So I'm trying to cater to them too. And I find that more of our international fans are based off of YouTube. So I don't really want to ignore them. Like when we're talking about Europe and South America and even like, the UK and Asia, they're all YouTube. So I try to cater to them a little bit too.
Yeah, maybe I have to remember that you're Canadian, and so you like think about other countries and what they might want. I, as American, are like, wait, sorry, we're all on Facebook. We're all here. You should be here.
Yeah, we're not American.
So you said you've been binging a lot. We're all stuck inside. We're all binging. What are you watching? What you been checking out?
I finished season 3 of Ozark. Ozark's one of my favorite shows.
Is that why you love Missouri? You know that's like about us, right?
I had to. And I remember like when we would drive through to St. Louis shows and like beyond in Missouri, you'd see signs for the Ozarks and I would just get all excited. I was like, oh, we should go and see if anybody's been murdered or something like that.
What's really going on down there? You know what you'll realize is the people in the show, as far as what I've seen of it, the people in the show wear like long sleeves and flannels and stuff like year round. It is hot and humid in Missouri Ozark summers. So like that is not, I think that might be the only difference that you'll see in the show is that I don't know why they're all dressed warm.
That's actually a really good point because I know like Marty in the show wears a lot of even like puffer jackets.
Right.
And I'm like, aren't you in the summer like high season in the lakes?
Right now, it might be warm there. Who knows?
True.
So are you doing curbside at all? Like, I feel like a lot of us are kind of taking our cooking skills to the next level. Have you?
Yes.
Actually, it out?
That's another thing I've been reconnecting with is cooking for sure. Because I feel like I was so on the go that I would, sort of put it off or look for an easy, convenient way to eat with takeout, what have you. But now that you have the time, you can like work on making these extravagant meals for yourself. So yeah, I've been working on my cooking and I will say that it is coming along quite well.
So what are you the most confident at? Like if you were to cook for somebody tonight and you had to show off, what would be your show off meal?
I have three top show off meals right now. Okay, so the first one I do is a nice like pan fried steak, and I do that with sautéed rapini and just roasted potatoes in the oven, and I got the steak recipe from like a Gordon Ramsay video that was on YouTube. The second one I do is I do a baked salmon pretty well. Yeah, nice like just cutlet of salmon, broccolini, and probably I don't really like to do too many carbs, so like I stick to just like a lot of veggies and a lot of protein. And then what else? I think my third one I would probably have to say either veal or I made gnocchi not too long ago for the first time. And it was okay, and I'm getting better at it, but it just takes so long to do.
I mean, it really does.
It takes really long to do. Actually, one thing that Justin does very well is post a lot of what he's been cooking, and a lot of what he's been posting looks amazing.
I feel like what he's been cooking is Pabst Blue Ribbon, and by Justin, if y'all ain't aware, we're talking about the other half of the Blue Stones. We're talking about their drummer. He just like, can we get him a PBR sponsorship already?
I know he loves Pabst. I mean, he always talks about Pabst being his favorite beer. So anytime that we're kind of like handcuffed and somebody asks like, oh, what kind of beer do you want? And I'm like, oh, well, let's get Pabst because you like it so much. And he's like, no, whoa. We don't have to get it this time. And I'm like,
and the worst is you probably don't even like Pabst, but you're just like, it's the instant answer. You like know it's the easy answer. And now you're just drinking it.
To be honest, yeah, it's the easiest thing to say, especially for like rider fulfillment and that. Pabst is really good.
Well, do you want to play a song? You're going to play some for us. I want to talk about new music and stuff, but do you want to play a song for us first?
Yeah, let's do it. I figured I'd start on the acoustic, and we'll see where we get to.
I like it.
Yeah, let's play "Be My Fire." Baby, be my fire. Baby, be my flame. Baby, be the softly burning embers through December until June calls your name. Baby, be my conjurer, and I hope you did. Baby, be the visions in the night in which morning light for you to disappear. Baby, be my fire. Baby, be my fire. Baby, be my fire. Oh, be my flame. I heard you whisper to all your friends. I heard you telling them that you need a man in whom you can depend. Well, I'll be the gasoline, to keep you alive. And I'll be the cold so unbreakable. We burn together straight through the night. And that's alright. Baby, be my fire. Baby, be my fire. Baby, be my fire. And I hold you there so close. Baby, be my fire. Baby, be my fire. Oh, be my fire. and I'll hold you there so close, so close.
Hey! Yay!
Right.
I hate to walk away for a second, but I know I have this. I found this the other day.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. Those are the coolest things ever. I forgot about it.
It's my stress ball. It says, "Thanks, Lux." It's signed on the back. I found it the other day, and I was like, I need to keep this, and I forgot that it was over there the whole time. Be My Fire.
That's
First
cool
single that hooked me on your band. Absolutely fantastic. That was so awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. I like the acoustic version of that. It's fun to play.
I do too. I think it takes a really confident vocalist to enjoy acoustic performances because you can't hide from it. Either
Absolutely.
you can do the vocal part you have written in that song, or you can't, and you hit everything in there, which is so cool. Like just hearing you go through the little intricacies.
Yeah, it's tough because it's like, especially for me, the type of music that we play when we're up on stage live, you've heard it, it's electric, it's loud, it's like very physical, and to like take those songs and sort of reduce them to like an acoustic stripped down version is very tough, because you want to maintain the same energy, but at the same time, you got to remember, you're playing off just an acoustic guitar in your voice. So yeah, I totally agree. It's tough.
I mean, that is a driving rock song. Shakin' Off the Rust, driving rock song. I was thrilled when we got that one. I can remember the exact moment your management company sent it over, and I was at ACL, and it was like, "Do not play this. Don't release it yet." And I got to listen, and I was like, "Yay!" Like heavy guitars, like really something that gets you moving.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been the vibe for you guys from the last record too. But Careless is definitely a different vibe. So if you want to start with telling us a little bit about the inspiration behind Shakin' Off the Rust, and then I want to talk about the juxtaposition of the two singles because they're really different.
So yeah, Shakin' Off the Rust was definitely like the easy choice to make for what single to release first off of this batch of new music, right? Because it had such like a Blue Stones feel to it. It had our rock vibe. It sort of took a step forward as far as giving a snapshot of what was to come, as far as what the sound was with Paul Meany's production influence, right? Because it was just so incredible working with him and having him sort of like put his touch on all the songs. But Shakin' Off the Rust was born out of this whole idea where I remember writing demos, and I'd send some demos to Justin and I'd send them to Paul, and I just felt like everything that I was writing wasn't as good as what I thought we had written back when we put out Black Holes. And I was just sort of in this tunnel.
It's a great record, so I totally don't blame you.
It's just like, thank you, but it's just, I sat there and I'd write something at night, and then I wake up in the morning and listen to it, and I'd be like, this is absolutely terrible. Like, I hate it. And I felt like everything I was writing wasn't as good. But then I remember waking up one morning and starting with the Shakin' Off the Rust riff, like the, and I just built on that. And I remember being like, okay, wait a minute, I think we have something here. And then after Justin and Paul both liked it, a whole slew of the rest of the album just kind of came flowing out. So that song is essentially about shaking off the rust and sort of coming through with the confidence to make something great.
And you really did. I mean, that is manifestation in its best. Shaking off whatever rust you might have had.
Shaking that rust right off. Careless is definitely different, though. So that was one that
vibey, sexy. Like, yes. I mean, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, and I know a lot of artists will say, when I put a song out there, it's because I want you to interpret it. Well, if I were to interpret Careless, that's like basically when you're texting the ex you told your friends, like, I'm not going to text him again, or you know what I mean? But then you do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're like not supposed to meet up with him, but you do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about doing something that is so clearly wrong, but enjoying the fact that it's a mistake,
Feels so good.
I feel like a lot of us, everybody's like, oh yeah, you want to stick to your morals, stick to your choices and decisions, but we're human at the end of the day, and you make mistakes, and sometimes you make them because you're going to like them, so that whole song is all about that idea. But yeah, it's definitely a departure from, I guess, what people would be used to as far as like our rock and roll sort of side. But it's definitely not something that has never existed inside of me as a songwriter, because I mean, I'm influenced by so many different types of music. And I mean, Justin puts it very well, where he says that now with streaming and radio playing, like formats sort of bending now. Everybody listens to just everything, I feel like. And that song is a product of me just listening to a lot of R&B and hip hop over the years, and that finally coming out onto a record that I'm very, very proud of. But to be honest, at first I was scared because I remember I showed Justin and he was like, yeah, it's got a cool vibe. I'm not sure if it has a place in the album. And I was like, okay, well, we showed it to Paul, and I remember Paul being like, listen, you're going to have to put this on the album because I think it could be a very important song for you because of how different it was, right?
It definitely has, it still holds the very rock core, in my opinion, but it definitely has a lot of alternative to it. Reminds me of some 90s, very like just moody. I mean, it just has a mood on it. And it's kind of sexy. Like, it's a song equivalent to like a really good Grey's Anatomy episode. Like,
oh, is that wow?
Like, it's so good. You like.
I've never heard that comparison before. Like, you're the first person that's made that comparison. Just really.
You know what I mean? Like, they're not as naughty, and they're like not supposed to. Like. Do you want to play one of those two for us on the piano?
Yeah. I'd love to play. Yeah, I'd love to play Shakin because I feel like for the listeners, on the point who have heard it being played, this is definitely a different version of that song for you. I'm gonna just move on over here.
It was my first song of the day today. Of course, I had to play "Shakin' Off the Rust" to get people excited.
Hold on, I gotta put on a lamp or something so you can see me.
Ooh, yeah, set the mic for us.
There we go. That's a little bit better. Normally, what I do when I perform this on live stream is I light a little candle.
Yeah, it's like really good vibey.
Yeah. Is this okay? Can you see me all right here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. So yeah, I guess I'll.
Yeah, just be quiet. My dogs are driving me nuts.
Oh, the puppers, eh?
They like the sound of your voice.
Bang my head against the wall. Try to find my stride, but I trip and I fall. Losing my attention again. Yeah, I hit the bottom, but I'm take another step, push it to the end. Just a little more, I can see the end. Yeah, you're finished, yeah, you're mine, always winning to you think too much, it's in my head. I'm shaking up the rust, yeah. You got no trust, it's in my head. And I'm shaking up the rust. I think I'm wrong just a little bit. Walk through the fire, minute back again. No knows I tried everything I can. And I'm shaking up the rust, yeah, I'm shaking up the rust. Try to hold a smile, but I'm sick of it all. Everyone with something to say. Better hold my tongue, I'll make a mistake. You think too much, it's in my head. I'm shaking up the rust. You got no trust, it's in my head. And I'm shaking up the rust. I think I'm wrong just a little bit. Walk through the fire, make it back again. Lord knows I tried everything I can. And I'm shaking up the rust. Yeah, I'm shaking up the rust. voice is in my head. Now shaking up the rust. I think I want just a little bit. Walk through the fire, and back again. Oh no, I'm trying everything I can. Now I'm shaking up the rust. Yeah, I'm shaking up the rust. Yeah, I'm shaking up the rust. Oh,
Hey!
oh my.
I just realized one. I'm sure everybody at home. I love that our friend Joe, who's helping us make this look pretty on Facebook, minimizes my face because I just realized I'm like back here just like
bouncing. The funny thing is, I can still see you, so it's nice to have.
The funnier part is like I'm having to hold myself back from like singing. I get it up. Like I had your background vocals. I would have been ready.
I was waiting for it. Honestly, Lux, I was waiting for the backgrounds. You're the next best thing.
I joked with you that I wanted to play a little game with you, and I know you're going to play one more song, but it's just a little pick your pleasure, a little either or, if you were. Just, something fun, something funny.
Okay.
Would you rather type? Yeah, would you rather?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather eat a beetle or get stung by a bee?
Eat a beetle. Wow, that's weird. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, what?
Why? That's weird that I said that. Okay, yeah, eat a beetle, I guess. I'm just trying to go with the first thing that comes to mind. I'm trying to go with the first option. So eat a beetle, I guess.
I want to go ahead and claim that that's a Canadian thing, the beetle. If you could only wear one thing year round, would it be a swimsuit or a snowsuit?
Oh, probably a swimsuit, because I'm one of those guys who's like, I would rather be extremely cold than extremely hot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say swimsuit.
Plus, I can only imagine like performing in a snowsuit night after night on tour would be miserable.
No.
Okay. Would you rather have a magic carpet that flies or a personal robot?
I mean, magic carpet. I mean, my last name's Jafar. Come on, like it's got to be a magic carpet.
I can show you the world.
Also, how unreal would it be to roll up anywhere, like even like a Trader Joe's in a magic carpet? You know what I mean? Like you just pull up in front, like click and collect, and people are like, "Do I just put it on the carpet, sir?" I got a truck.
All right. If you had to live somewhere strange, would it be in a cave, underground, or a treehouse way up high?
Oh, a treehouse for sure. That's
okay.
Yeah. That's
not afraid of heights at all?
No. I think I'm more afraid of cave-ins than I would be afraid of heights.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I'd rather
get
fall.
Merrimack Caverns, but we'll get you up into the Arch next time you're in town.
Absolutely. Yeah, Arch, totally fine with it.
Last one. If you had to be on the front line right now, would you rather be a police officer, a firefighter, paramedic, or a doctor?
Wow, great question. Great question. I'd have to say doctor, because I really like to problem solve. So I feel like that's what they're doing every single day. If it could be like an ER doctor, where you basically get a brand new, and I know this is bad to think of it, but it's a brand new problem to solve every single time.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that is something I would enjoy. And you just feel like you, not only did you help somebody or you save somebody's life, but you solved the problem. It just kind of feels good.
I mean, you can transfer patients on your magic carpet.
Magic carpet, yeah.
With your swimsuit, you'll be looking good walking around the halls. I'm so lucky you're willing to be silly and stupid with me. I really appreciate it.
We'll forget Grey's Anatomy. Let's do that show.
You know what I mean?
Doctor wears a swimsuit with a magic carpet.
Yeah, that's right. Speaking of which, do you want to do Careless for us?
Yes. Yeah, let's do that. I haven't played this one too often, but I don't know. For you, Lux, anything. Okay, let's go here. This is nice. Here we go. Midnight vibing in the Chevrolet, new bad habit in the cellophane, and she's sitting shotgun next close, and she goes hard with her lips on,
25 minutes on the ETA. Yellow lights leading like they know the way. I can see a man lit up with 2 questions, but she bites her lip and rejects. What are we doing? Who are we? No, I'm in the wrong. She loves me, but I never felt a hook pierce so deeply. Out from the mundane, dragging to the seat now. Midnight bobbing in the Chevrolet. Only 3 minutes on the ETA. Feel her fingers thread through mine. Turns me on when we keep it offline. Oh, it's careless. Oh, but it makes it worth the mess. Oh, it's careless. It's worth it. It makes it worth the mess. I know you love me, but it won't change. It won't change a thing. It's careless, we just don't think. I know you love me, but it won't change. It won't change a thing. I don't wanna start a fight. I don't wanna start a fight this time. Just let me keep the mood right. On topic all night this time. Music in your head. It don't sound the same to me. So let me see your body swing. Let your hips sing. Let me see you do bad things. Oh, it's careless. Oh, it makes it worth it. Oh, it's careless. It's worth it. It makes it worth it. I know you won't change a thing. It's careless, we just don't think. I know you won't change a thing. Oh, I know you love me, but I know you love me, but you won't change. Oh,
Hey. That line about your hips swinging, mildly inappropriate, Tarek. I mean, you're trying to get the people in the club going, aren't you?
It's the internet, okay? You could be
people on the Facebook are loving it. Somebody here named Nicholas said they saw you at Blueberry Hill Duck Room, which is the last place we saw you, right? You're at the Duck Room. Absolutely.
That was, I mean, first of all, our favorite venue to play and say, well, I mean, it's one of.
You know what I
mean? The last time we were there, we sold it out. I want to play the Del Mar. That's got to be the next one. That's got to be the next one.
Now, I was really excited. You guys were scheduled to play with the Struts and the Glorious Sons as part of one of our shows June 5th at a brand new venue, St. Louis Music Park. We found out yesterday that the Struts are canceling their entire tour. Yeah. I know this has probably happened to a lot of the shows that you guys have set up. Are you guys seeing a lot of cancellations and postponements? And what does this feel like as an artist to see this kind of stuff come down?
Yeah, it's bittersweet because on one hand, obviously we want to play all these shows and we plan to play all these shows, especially these high caliber ones with like the Struts and the Boys and Glorious. But on the other hand, we understand, it's just kind of what we are living in right now. And if by postponing all this stuff, it makes it go faster, then it's something that we have to do, But yeah, it does suck, that we had a lot of plans for the next few months that obviously got canceled or postponed. And we're just thinking of it as just a big pause button. And eventually we'll all return back to our regular lives that we know and love. But for now, we're just going to throw a big pause on it and work on getting better at streaming, I guess.
That actually just seems like a really simple way to think of it, is literally just press pause for a little bit and we'll all catch up. Because I know that not just you guys, but you have such a great crew that works with you. You've always brought great stage hands and tour managers and whatnot. And those people need to get paid. I mean, there's a lot of people who are out of work, crew members and whatnot. So I know that you guys will be anxious to get back, not just for yourselves, but because you know you are such a part of everybody else's livelihood.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that we employ, you know, and I feel like, and we love being on the road with them, and they do so much work. Like, anytime you see a show that you love, obviously it's the artist, but you got to think about like all of the people that are working to put that show on for you. The lighting people, the sound people, the stage managers. It's incredible, and a lot of those people can't work right now, so it is really unfortunate.
Are you going to be writing while you're stuck indoors for a little bit longer? Have you been writing? So. And when will we get another new song? What's the...
hopefully sooner rather than later. I don't think I can say when, but there's definitely something coming soon.
You probably can't say. It's just my job to like try and make you.
To like push it. But I'm sure you'll get another email being like, completely locked down, quarantine this song.
It's clear why they have to put that on my emails. Am I wrong? Like,
yeah.
Otherwise I'll try and get it out of here.
Hop on your live stream, you just start singing it. Like, damn it, Lux.
Dang. Well, you promised to come back to St. Louis very soon.
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's like it feels like a hometown at this point.
It really is. The Ballpark Village show you had before that one was so fun. That is like your second or third out there at Blueberry Hill. We need to get you at Delmar Hall. There's so many more venues we need to get you guys playing in.
I think the return to St. Louis is going to be one for the books for sure. And we're going to make sure that happens. We're going to bring all the right crew, all the right people. We're going to make a great show of it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for taking some time to chat with me today. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's great talking to you, Lux.
I'm just going to keep hanging on to my stress ball.
Squeeze it. If you ever get stressed.
These things go crazy.
Just sitting there.
Tarek Jamar from Blue Stones. Thanks, dude. Stay safe up there.
See you later. Thanks for having me.